Humans create AI robots like humans by scanning facial features. Robots start working with humans in industries, war, and much more. Then we see a nuclear blast in Los Angeles covering the whole city with darkness. Then the United States Army chief gives a briefing on the last warhead with AI. He says we create artificial intelligence to protect America, but they rebel against us. So now we ban AI in the Western world, but New Asia continues creating them. He promises the people of the United States that they will never stop hunting them until it's finished. 2065, Koh Nong's Island, a team of skilled soldiers searching robots in a large spacecraft Nomad are scanning hills. Inside a house we see a married couple, Maya and Joshua. Maya is pregnant and Joshua asks her about the baby. Suddenly they hear a moving sound and Joshua attaches his robotic leg and arm. Then a man, Harun, finds an American soldier and takes him inside, beating him and asking him who gives you our location. Harun tells Joshua, they find us and you to leave with us to a safe place. They all go outside and the soldier tells Joshua the orders to kill Nomad, a scientist who created the most advanced AI. Joshua tells him Nomad is not here and grabs his radio, informing Nomad, I'm an undercover agent, and telling them Nomad is not here. Outside a war continues between robots and humans. Maya heard him talking on the radio and asked him, you were out of this. She aims a gun at him. Joshua tells her the robots are not real and we've to go. But Maya refuses to go with him and runs outside. She is running toward the boat, saving herself from bullets. She boards on the boat with other robots and Joshua runs outside to call her back. Nomad shoots a ballistic missile, destroying the island and killing her with others. After 5 years, we see Joshua wake up in a panic eating his medicines. He watches on TV where the reporter is talking about the ongoing manhunt for AI creator Nomad. He goes for the MRI where the doctor asks him some questions related to his past and he tells her he didn't remember anything yet. She informs him that his source is dying and he replies his wife died with an unborn baby. This was his source. In the ruined and destroyed Los Angeles, Joshua and Harrison find a robot and 2 skeletons. While they are checking the robot grabs Harrison's hand. She screams and Joshua quickly diffuses it and the robot acts like a human, saying, "Don't kill me." Harrison asks him it is real, but Joshua tells her to calm down, this thing is not real, only programmed. Joshua goes home watching the video of her wife and remembers past moments with her. At the pool, General Andrews and Colonel Howell visit him, but he immediately says, whatever you want from me, I don't remember. They show him Nirmada's lab at the same where he lost his wife. They tell him Nirmada developed a super weapon named Alpha O, which is designed to destroy Nomad. Andrews tells him, we built a Nomad in decades and it's our last chance to win the war against AI. He tells Joshua, you are the only one who has the layout of the lab and we need you in the mission. Joshua starts to leave, telling them once he was very close to killing Nirmada, but you screwed up the whole mission. Then Howell shows him the latest video of her wife Maya and he agrees to the mission. On the plane, Howell gives soldiers all instructions about the mission, tells them every local human are working with AI. After landing in the grass field, they head up for the village. Joshua looks through the binoculars and tells other they need to go down. Suddenly everyone alerted by the sound of buffalo and see a little girl. Taking her as leverage, they enter in the village and asks people about the entrance of the lab. One of the soldier holds the puppy a gun and the little girl cries and points to the room. Joshua understands and moves forward, turns the button that opens the door to the lab. They all go inside while Howell is waiting for them outside in the ship. While they are getting inside the hatch, nobody notices them and they easily come inside the lab, killing the couple. When the team get inside the main lab, all of them alerted and locked themselves. Outside, Bradbury informs them about the local cops, and when the cops arrive near her, she launches missiles, destroying them all. Joshua and Shipley find the room of their weapon, which is locked. Shipley attaches the hacking device to open that door. Captain Cotton orders Shipley and Joshua to stay here and leaves with others to save Bradbury. While Shipley is opening the vault, he is called by Daniels for help and quickly leaves, saying, Joshua, don't go inside without me. After 5 minutes, the door opens and Joshua steps inside, only to find a robotic child watching cartoons on the TV. Then he gets shot by a woman who opens the door and tells that child to run. The child comes outside and Howell lands her ship, informing others to leave quickly. Joshua is shouting to Maya and the killing streak continues. Bradbury ran toward the ship and the robot shot a time bomb on her back. She gets inside the ship and when they fly, Cotton tries to break the bomb, but the bomb blasts, destroying the ship. Nomad locks the target and drops nukes on the village, killing many and destroying the village. In the next morning, Joshua wakes up and looks at the child standing in front of him and telling him to leave. Then he finds Shipley, who is injured. He takes him to a nearby house where the child again watching the TV. Joshua turns off the TV and she turns it on TV with her powers. Shocked, Joshua plugs out the cable. Colonel Howell calls them and asks Joshua about the weapon. He tells her it's in the kid. The cops arrive and arrest Howell and Cotton. A simulant man comes inside the house and tries to attack on Joshua, but Joshua kills him first. Joshua shows Maze's picture asking her about the location and she replies Dian Dang. Then they find a truck but cops surround them and throw a missile inside. Fortunately, the dog takes the bomb outside which blasts killing the cops. They take advantage of the distraction and leave the place quickly. On the other hand, Howl and Captain Cotton also kill cops, take over the police van and leave. Joshua stops the truck and asks the child about the location again, but Shipley pulls a gun on Joshua telling him to drive to base. The child looks at him and calms down, slowly dies. Then Joshua gives the robot child the name Alfie and they board on the civilian's truck. Soon Howl and Cotton reach there and find Shipley dead. She puts his source inside a dead simulant cop and asks him about Joshua. Shipley tells her that Joshua leaves with the child who is a weapon herself. At night, Joshua and others reach at the police checkpoint where a cop comes to check their van. Alfie uses her power and shuts down every electrical thing, even the cop's torch. Distraction appears and they drive their van, escaping from the bullets. While they are traveling in the bus, Joshua remembers when he and his friend Drew are keeping an eye on Maya. Drew tells him Nomad is a father of Maya and your mission is to get close to her and find out where is her father. Drew gives her a ring which is a tracker, but Joshua ends up falling in love with her. Arriving in the city, someone watches them and informs the police. They reach at Robot Manufacturing Company factory where Joshua meets with his old friend Drew. Drew checks on Alfie and tells Joshua she is the most advanced simulant and her powers will grow with her age. Joshua asks him to track the ring of Maya, but they are attacked by police and escape from the building. After escaping, they reach the location, but there is nothing. Joshua goes outside and gets inside his old house and finds her ring. Alfie runs outside and finds Joshua crying. Drew rushes inside telling them we need to leave, but Simulant Force arrives and kills Drew. Then Harun, the simulant's leader, takes them both and he dreams again his past time with Maya. She tells him how her father died in the war and she was raised by simulants. On their way back on the ship, Harun asks Joshua about his intentions on child. Joshua tells him she is taking me to Maya, but Harun points a gun at me saying you will never see her again. Simulants call him outside telling him US Army is an attack on their base, destroying it. Alfie goes inside and frees Joshua and he jumps in the water and hides behind the ship. As they reach the port, people are shouting at Nomad and taking their dead loved ones on the stretchers. While Joshua carefully comes out from the water, a simulant girl asks Harun they can't hide from the Nomad anymore, but he looks at Alfie and tells her only she can stop the Nomad with her powers. In the evening, a robot simulant tells kids how humans created us for slavery, but soon our savior will come to save us. During the night, when everyone is sleeping, Joshua comes inside the yard to take Alfie. He sees Alfie is sleeping in the arms of Harun. Joshua quietly turns Harun into saving mode, takes Alfie, and leaves. Later, simulant team was alerted by a signal and warned everyone that US Army enters in the territory. Everyone starts to leave in a hurry, but they launch gas bombs on them, creating distraction. Then a large war machine starts firing, killing them without mercy and destroying their houses. While Joshua and Alfie are on the boat, Alfie tells him they are coming for me and I have to help, and runs toward the bridge. Howl and Captain Cotton send a robotic bomb toward Simulant. Seeing it, simulants start firing on it, but it never stops running and blasts, destroying their boats and killing many. They send another nuke and Alfie stops it, controlling it with her mind. Cotton shoots Alfie down. Harun opens fire at him and Joshua comes to save Alfie. Joshua fires at his leg and the robotic nuke starts counting down. Joshua runs holding Alfie in his arms, and nuke blasts and destroys the bridge. The attack continues from both sides and Harun, Joshua, and some of them leave on the boat. When they reach the location of Maya, they take Alfie from Joshua. Later, Joshua goes inside the temple where he sees Maya, who is in a coma. He cries saying to her I love you and hugs Alfie. Then Howl reaches there with the Nomad and starts killing innocents. Howl then comes inside the temple and asks Joshua to hand over Alfie. Harun shoots a missile at her back, but the soldier fires at him, taking him down. They try to remove it, but it explodes, killing Howl and soldiers. They caught Alfie and Joshua, taking them to Los Angeles. At the Forkland facility, the general orders Joshua to neutralize Alfie. Instead of killing her, Joshua put her on standby mode and requested to travel with her in the van toward the Ground Zero facility. In the van, Alfie wakes up and closes everything with her powers, stopping all of their vehicles and escaping. They board at the Nomad and Alfie runs toward the control room and Joshua goes to activate the missile. Joshua launches missiles and the general just looking everything in shock. Alfie uses her powers and turns off the Nomad and Joshua stucks inside the falling missile and tells Alfie we have 10 minutes. Alfie runs toward Joshua and goes inside where she sees her mother, Maya's simulants. When they are escaping from the Nomad, the general tells his team to kill them both. The bomb blast in the Nomad and the signal lost missiles falling safely on the land. Joshua sends Alfie from the Nomad and finds Maya. They hug each other and the Nomad destroyed falls on the ground. Everybody cheers to see the destroyed Nomad and make Alfie their new Nomad. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more videos like this.